Yes, that's good news. I love that. Well, I just decided to experiment with that intro since Nan and I had such a good time last weekend talking about good news. Nan is back again, and welcome to the WGXC Morning Show.
Hi, Philip. How are you today?
All right, all right. How'd you like that intro?
Oh, I love that. Where did you find
That's
that?
what we're going to do. Well, that's an old spiritual. Goodness, we used to sing it in church. And of course, Sam Cooke later made an R&B song, Ain't That Good News, My Baby is Coming Home Tomorrow. But this is the spiritual.
I love it. Thank you so much.
All right. This is the new Monday morning 7:45 WGXC new segment called Good News. All right, Nan, what's going on?
Well, there's an environmental activist in Coxsackie. This is our local good news that I found. His name is Jeffrey Haas. He's looking to make a difference on his home turf. Jeffrey formed a Earth Day cleanup with more than 80 people to clean up the village and town of Coxsackie. Mr. Haas wants to bring recycling to local parks. The local parks have trash cans but no recycling bins. Mr. Haas says 30 million tons of plastic was put into landfills nationwide in 2010.
Wow.
30 million tons of just plastic.
Just plastic.
Yes. So he says that a plastic bottle will take, can you guess how many years to fully decompose?
I had heard that figure, and it's some huge figure. What is it?
1,000 years.
1,000
to
years.
decompose.
All right, so you have your plastic bottle, your Coke bottle, and you toss it. It takes 1,000 years for that thing to disappear.
Well, that's what he says.
Wow.
So he wants everyone to recycle all plastic bottles from this day forward. And Jeffrey Haas wants to put bright yellow recycling cans in the parks and around the area so that you would know that's where you put your plastic bottles. And he also said he would collect the cans and plastic bottles to the transfer station himself. So thank you, Mr. Haas, for your concern and all of your time.
That's right, and let's all chip in. It really doesn't take much to separate that plastic or that glass bottle or that tin can, aluminum can, from the rest of your refuge. And you know what? You're doing it for your children and your children's children.
Yes.
All right?
And then in the regional news, this is from Newburgh, New York. There's a young man, his name is Jalen Williams, and he goes to school at the Newburgh Free High School in Newburgh, New York, and he will be playing for the University of Pittsburgh football team.
All right.
Jalen Williams verbally committed to play at Pittsburgh on a full scholarship. His parents have to be so excited about this, a full scholarship.
There's nothing like it. That's a lot of money.
Yes. The extraordinary thing about Mr. Jalen Williams, who's 17 or 18 years old, he chose Pittsburgh over full scholarships from, get this, Syracuse, Buffalo University, Massachusetts, Old Dominion, and Temple University.
Wow. So a few people wanted him.
They all want Jalen Williams. He must be fantastic.
Now that's good news.
Yes, it is good news, especially for his parents. And then in the U.S. news, this is in Pennsylvania, Jamison City. It sounds, I've never heard of it, but it's Jamison City, Pennsylvania. 4 central Pennsylvania residents said they used only a rope and a flashlight during a wild chase to rescue a young bear whose head has been stuck in a plastic jar for 11 days. They've been trying to catch him, to get the plastic jar off of his head.
So these folks had to chase this bear down.
For 11 days, they tried to get a hold of him.
Oh.
The frightened but powerful bear fell into a swimming pool at least twice during the ordeal. But the group eventually yanked the jar off his head and set the bear free.
Now, and you got a picture like the bear doesn't know that these people are trying to help him. So he's like, but he knows he's got something on his head that he wants off.
And you know what else? If he had that on his head for 11 days, that means he didn't eat for 11 days, right? I just thought of that.
And where's that? Where did this take place?
In Pennsylvania.
In Pennsylvania.
Yes, so a whole group of people were trying to help this. I think it wasn't a baby bear, but it wasn't a full grown. It was like a juvenile bear.
Yeah, an adult would have. It had to be a teenager. By the way, you can find that one on the website. While she was talking, I just Googled bear jar stuck in his head, and it came right up.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's typical. Isn't that great? People are something else.
Yes.
You can get the meanest, toughest people in the world, and they see something like that, they're gonna, let's get that jar off that bear.
Yeah, a lot of us humans, almost like animals, want to help them more than humans.
Yeah, that's true.
Just animal lovers that we are. Do you have any pets?
No. We had a cat that lived to 17 human years.
Oh, my word.
And since that cat died, we just can't bring ourselves.
Yes.
But a cat has adopted us. She just moved in, and she's under a tree outside of the back of our house. I think she has kittens.
Oh. Maybe I'll take one of those.
Yeah. Well, she adopted us.
So in New York State, good news. There's this couple. Their names are Freddie and Myrna Gershon, and they're New Yorkers in the entertainment industry. Myrna and Freddie have seen it all in the entertainment industry, but the theatrical performance put on by the students of Public School 94, which is a middle school in Manhattan, and it's a special education school. And they watched a theater play from this P94, and that inspired them to give the school $75,000.
Wow.
Now, this couple's in their 70s, and I guess they have a lot of money, and this is the first they gave them $75,000 to the Autistic Children's Fund. Then later on in the year, they gave another $250,000 gift. So that's the total of $250 and $75.
$325,000. Right. That's a big chunk of money.
And they were so impressed with these autistic children because some of them can't speak words, but they could sing the word. They sing the words because they're not able to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And the Gershons said that they are in the home stretch, being in their late 70s, and just why not have some fun and do some good. So they love these autistic children, and they want to help them out, and they can sing but not talk.
Oh, man. That is gorgeous. That's a wonderful story.
Now, this is kind of a really corny story, but it's not made up, it's true. You know how there's so much drugs and violence in Mexico City?
Mm-hmm.
So the voters in Mexico City are tired of drug violence and corruption scandals with their government.
Okay.
So the voters want to have a cat for mayor. This is for real. I mean, it's not going to happen, but that's how determined they are.
Well, I don't think you could get a lot of argument from some of the public that a cat could do better than some of the
Yes.
ones we have.
They said that, well, the cat's name is Morris,
Perfect.
and Morris promises to eat and sleep most of the day. Morris the cat's campaign slogan is, "Tired of voting for rats? Vote for a cat." This is for real, fella.
Listen, I'm loving it. I hope it spreads to the States. We could use some cats and dogs there. I mean, really.
Like they could just bark for yes or no.
That's right. They might get more done. You never can
Yes.
tell.
So we have a few minutes left. Do you have any good news, Philip?
Well, the good news I want to remind folks. Did you get any emails? Because we got to get.
I didn't, and that's what I wanted to talk
Oh
about
yeah,
too.
so we've got to get. Listen, we just heard about a football player in Newburgh. Now I just know that there are star athletes right here in Greene and Columbia County who are doing well and who are getting scholarships. We want your good news.
Yes.
Nan, how do they do that?
Well, they can email me at nan, N-A-N, at wgxc.org. I guess I could give out my phone number if you'd like to call me at home and talk to me about something. I would love to hear from you. And my number is 634-7890. And anyone in the listening area, any bit of good news, that's what we're looking for. It doesn't have to be something, extremely extraordinary. It's any good news, someone that's helping somebody out, people that do Meals on Wheels, and they've done it for years. Tell me their name and their story. The volunteers that go to the hospital over here and read to patients and help rock the babies when they're sick. It could be any good news, and that's what this show is about. And I want it to be successful. And I scour the local newspapers and whatnot. But it would really help me out, because there's a lot of good news out there.
There's a lot of good news. I run across it all the time, especially with our young people. They're doing fantastic all over in every little town around here. So get your good news to Nan at WGXC.org.
And I even gave my home number.
And she even gave, that's right. That's right.